Hello, this is Cat's Diamond Painting. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've joined me here before. Have I got a beauty of a sneak peek for you this week or what? Thank you to Diamond Art Club for sending this over to me. Honestly, this ticks a lot of boxes. Landscape, tick. Abstract, surreal elements, tick. Beautiful colours. And it's a big and beastie. I have got here Softness by Colour Out of Place. This is being released by Diamond Art Club tomorrow, Saturday the 7th of February. So the timings for that are going to be the standard Saturday release timings, which means if you qualify for early access, so you're a Ruby or Diamond member of Diamond Art Club's rewards tier structure, you will be able to purchase from 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time, or 5 PM UK time. If you're waiting for general access, it's just half an hour later, so 9:30 AM Pacific time, 12:30 PM Eastern time, or 5:30 PM UK time. And if you're in a completely different time zone and you don't know what those mean for you, just plug one of those into Google and ask it to tell you what that is in your time zone and you'll be sorted. So I mentioned that this is a big and beastie kit. I'm not exaggerating because it is 125 centimetres by 60 centimetres. It has square drills, as you may well expect, because that's pretty typical that if a painting has enough detail that it needs to be rendered at a large size, it's going to fare better in squares. And on the side here, you can see that we have got 89 colours, which includes 3 ABs and 4 fairy dust diamonds and almost 121,000 drills. So yeah, this is gonna be a project. So let's crack on. Okay, Diamond Art Club boxes come like you will see here with the picture wrapped around the box. This sleeve, which slides off like so, has all of the kit specific details, and then underneath you have a generic box for all square kits. And without further ado, I'm going straight in. So inside that outer box, you will find this sturdy tray which contains all your goodies. So your kit is really well packaged. You know, if it takes a bit of a battering in the post on the way to you, as they sometimes can, it's got many layers of protection. There is the diamond painting and drills. We've got a toolkit to look at as well, and also this little pouch here. So I'm going to go through all of these bits with you now. And as usual, let's start with the toolkit. So Diamond Art Club toolkits are pretty standard. You're going to get the same toolkit in almost any kits you have. The exception being if they're very small, in which case you will have a smaller tray. Oh, that one didn't want to open. Inside, you will find, whoops, if I can get it out, which turns out to be a very big if, you will find the Twist and Pick applicator pen, so named by this end. This end is a standard 4-placer, so they've got that already loaded on for you there. And if you prefer a different kind of placer, you know, some of us use metal placers, for instance, any standard push-in placer should fit on this end. It's got a nice ergonomic feel to it, so it's going to be really comfortable for you. And on this end, if you take the lid off, here is that Twist and Pick applicator end. So this is your single placer. You'll see in here it's already loaded with wax, and what you're going to do is simply twist, and then you will see wax emerge from the top, pinch off any excess, and you're good to go. So the wax for your single placer is all loaded in here already, and you don't have to keep refilling it. Once you run out of this, when you can't twist anymore, what you could do is untwist it and then refill it with some wax. Or some people might have a preferred wax or putty that they want to use from the off. So again, you can untwist it and just empty it out, scrape out what's inside and put what you prefer in. So these are a really good bit of kit. You will also find in here a roll of baggies, always useful to have. I think the main purpose for me with these, now that I don't keep my spare drills, is that I'm a big fan of those 60 bottle storage containers. You know, they might have 60 or 120 or whatever it is in different trays. And I have quite a few 60 bottle ones, and then a lot of kits might come in at like 62, 63 colours, and I tend to just have a few of them in baggies, most of them in the pots that I prefer, and just a couple of baggies to deal with. So that's how I tend to use them. And then we have the tray. Oh, it's got an escapee. So the tray is like this. It's got a lid and a stopper. The stopper comes out once the lid is off, which we can do by sliding it. And unfortunately it's got a little bit jammed with that wax poking out, but it will just about come off. So yeah, the stopper comes off once the lid is off. There is that pesky wax that was trying to escape. So that is just a little more of the wax that you already saw in the pen. You also have this alternative wax, which is the one that Diamond Art Club used to send us before this latest toolkit upgrade. Some people preferred this, so they just include both. And then you also have a 7-placer in case that's your preference for the multi-placer end of your pen. And as you'll see in here, compared to my hand, this is a really nice size tray. This is actually kind of the ideal size tray for me most of the time. I don't go for super big trays, but this one's got all the hallmarks of a really good tray that, you know, you can line up a lot of drills in. So it's got slightly taller sides, it's got plenty of space. It's a good one. Next up, this pouch has got all sorts of useful information, so we'll take a look in here. If you pull those flaps together, you can open it up. And here I have got a Treasure Quest card, which I'll go over in a moment. I've got all my stickers, and then I also have all this information just on the inside of the pouch. So you've got tips and tricks, you've got step-by-step instructions for diamond painting. Probably not too many people starting off their diamond painting journey for the first time with a kit of this size, but you never know. You've got how to use and refill that pen that I showed you. You've got a QR code that will link you to Diamond Art Club's VIP Facebook group. You must have made a purchase from Diamond Art Club beforehand in order to join that group. They will screen names to make sure that you have an account with them. But once you're in, it's a really great resource. At the bottom, you've got kit contents, and then over here we have save 20% off your first app purchase, which is just one of many, many discount codes that Diamond Art Club has available for us, because you really never need to pay full price with Diamond Art Club. There genuinely is always a code that will save you some money. When you're just starting out, you might find some tasty introduction codes. We often get special codes through the year for seasonal events, like, you know, Black Friday, all of those kind of fun things. But even when it's just a normal run-of-the-mill purchase and there's nothing special going on, there is an evergreen discount code that you can use. Join the Facebook group to find out more. And if you are new to Diamond Art Club and you've never made a purchase from them before, I do have a couple of affiliate codes that you're welcome to use if you would like to. Please don't feel obligated, because I would make a small amount of commission if you were to use them. But you'll find them in the description box below. Basically, Cat20 will give you 20% off your first ever purchase, and Cat10 will give you $10 US off, or the equivalent in your local currency. Okay, next up we have the Treasure Quest card, which is Diamond Art Club's name for their trading cards. And this one is a silver, which is exciting because most cards that you're going to get are going to be bronze. It's not kit specific, so just because I've got a silver card here doesn't mean that you necessarily will. The way it works is that the vast majority of cards for any kit are going to be bronze, then some are going to be silver, a smaller number are going to be gold, and a smaller number again are going to be black. Black cards being super rare. And the different colours, I mean, it gives you a fun element of collectability, and, you know, some people might really care about tracking down more valuable cards. But also it enables you to claim rewards. So if I turn this over, you will see on the back, it confirms that it's a silver card, and there's a panel here. Below that is a website address, which is diamondartclub.com/redeem. If you go to that address, it will tell you what combinations of cards you would need to collect in order to claim rewards. And the rewards are things like gift cards going all the way up to $200, I believe, or a custom kit. A custom kit which Diamond Art Club values at $400. That is the super exciting top prize, and I recently was lucky enough to get all the cards I needed to order one. So if you're interested, do go check out my video from, I think it was just last week, where I unboxed my custom kit, which was just a really moving experience because it was a really special image to me, and I had a lot of fun looking at it and sharing that with you. But yeah, the scratch off panel is going to cover up a code, and what you would do is once you've collected enough cards, you'll scratch all of those off, you'll enter the codes on the website, and then you will be sorted. And then the last thing in that pouch is the sticky label. So you've got lots of individually cut labels here, which are perfect for a logbook. On the back, you have the image. Wow, you can see why it needed to be big, because there is a lot of detail in this. And then on the inside, we have got sticky labels for all of your colours. Oh my goodness, look at all the teals. I love teal. It's one of my favourite colours. I always comment on it if there's teal in a painting. And at the end here, you've got the special drills. So we have 3 ABs. ABs have a special glitzy coating on them. They're used for accents. And 4 fairy dust diamonds, they also have a coating. It's a much more subtle glitter effect. And those are used, again, kind of for accents or texture. And I will have a look and try and work out where all of those go on the painting a bit later on. Right, let's take a look at it. So your painting is going to come in this branded dust cover bag for one final layer of protection. And let me try and open it up as gently as possible, because I do like to store all my paintings in these bags. I take a look at them all when they come, and then I roll them up as best I can exactly how they came and store them in the box. And that way I know they're going to be nice and safe. You will find a lovely soft canvas inside. Diamond Art Club has this tarpaulin canvas material, which I believe they're the only ones using it, and it just adds a really nice luxurious feel. And inside are all the drills. Oh, that is one heck of a big drill bag. Look at all those. Wow, there are some really pretty shades in this. I'm going to go through all of these one by one in a little bit. First of all, I always like to have a little peek at the canvas. Now this one, ooh, it's got a loose bit of thread there. This one is going to be impossible for me to show you all in one go because it is very long. I will pan over it as best I can a little bit later on in the video so you can see it as up close as I can manage. But bear with me because my only work surface for filming on is not equipped for a painting that is well over 1 metre in width. Okay. That's interesting. We've got pink lines on this one. So yeah, you'll see lines going through the canvas. These ones are pink. Usually it's grey. Not sure what's happened there. But the point of those is to tell you where there are perforations in the cover. So Diamond Art Club canvases come pre-sectioned for you with these perforated lines marking out by 10 by 10 centimetre sections. You can just use it as a normal cover if you have a different way that you prefer to diamond paint. Personally, I use release paper, but it's another option. Sorry, I was just getting distracted by my kitten there who's wandering around at the other end of the table. Okay, let's take a peek. Wow. That is beautiful and so long. Let me kind of scroll across so you can see all the angles. So that's all the way up to that end where you have all these beautiful reds. I did spot a red AB through the side of the pack, so I'm sure that's going to feature down this end. And then you have all these soothing, cool green and teal tones in the middle. And then over on this side, we're back to some of those orangey red colours. So you've got a bit of variation. You're going to have different colours you're working with depending on which point you're on the canvas. And I actually see quite a bit of colour blocking with this kit, which is kind of a relief when it's a big kit. There are some sections that are definitely going to be a little more fiddly, a little more confetti prone, by which I mean that you'll be changing the colour of drills in your tray more regularly because there's only a few of one, a few of another. But you will see large sections like all around here and then again up at the top, and some smaller sections even in this mid-range, where you're going to be able to whack a load of drills in your tray and just whiz through them if you're a multi-placer. Or even if you're not a multi-placer, I'm sure you do still save some time by not having to change your drills very often. Wow, this one is really pretty. I've not had a colour out of place landscape before, but they are something else, aren't they? They're really ethereal and just a bit different, you know. It has, like, these mountains have almost like a thread-like texture. It's almost like you've got skeins of fabric going over the mountain. I'm not quite sure what that is, but it's very scenic. Okay, let's take a look at all of those 89 drill colours and see what you'll be playing with if you buy this painting. Here they all are. I can see quite a few of the special drills in the smaller bags of drills because if you weren't aware, Diamond Art Club arranges their drills by the size of the bag rather than the DMC code. So some of those might be in quite small quantities, but there were quite a few of them. And as ever, if you're someone who just really loves to have a bit more of a blingy look with your painting, you can always adjust it with your own special drills. Okay, let's go through these. First of all, we have this mini baby strip of drills. And this has got on it 943, 3078, 168, 304 and 832. Next up, we have the big and beastie bags of drills for this big and beastie painting. So we've got 924, 3021, 977, 780, 372, 720, 3371. I think we have a few bags yet. There are 3 bags of 3371, that very dark brown. Oops, I almost knocked my ring when I'm moving the drills along. Then I've got 502, 3818, 319. There are 2 bags. And next up, there are 6 bags of 310. A lot of that colour blocking I pointed out before, I reckon based on the symbol is going to be 310. And then you've got 646 on the end there. The next strip of drills kicks off with 422, followed by 3827, 3772, 3781, 2 bags of that colour, 991, 400, 938, there are 2 bags, 300, 3808, 2 bags, love that colour, 829, 3799, 498, 890, 2 bags, oh no, make that 3 bags, 939 and 3855. Then we have 3064, 6032, 523, 647, 561, 524, and our first special drill is an AB 666. You can see that glitzy coating there on that lovely fire engine red. And then right next to that is the first fairy dust drill. So this is Z817, and that's really handy to be able to see the difference between these 2 kinds of drills. You see this one is a lot more obvious. This one is actually quite hard to tell through the pack. You'll see it more once they're in your tray, but hopefully you can just about see that subtle glitter coating. Then we have 815, 3857, 3816, 522, 2 bags, 640, 2 bags, 976, 436, 814, 2 bags, and 738. We're getting there. Last but one strip of drills here. We've got 677, 3828, 927, 371, 930, 3809, 722, that's a really fun shade, 988, AB 972, another AB for you there, 712, 721, 740, 163, 3815, 3776, 367, 3822, Z469. That's interesting. It's like a kind of khaki green fairy dust. It's an unusual colour to be accented with special drills, so I'll look forward to seeing where that one goes. 437 and Z741. And then the last strip of drills starts with 993, followed by 3778, 221, AB 906, 3801, 913, 3328, 823, 701, 3685, 3861, 154, 3866, 648, 3756, 471, 905, 3848, 833 and Z3851 to finish us off. So that's all 89 colours you'll be playing with if you buy this kit. I'm going to battle these back into their packaging now, and then I'm going to come back with a pan over the canvas as best as I can to show it to you, and a picture of the whole image as well. And then after that, I'm going to try and figure out where some of these special drills go. Right, I always caveat my special drill hunt at the best of times with the fact I'm not very good at it. I will no doubt miss some, and that is even more so the case when a kit is as big as this one, but I will do my best for you. So, first up we have that fire engine red AB. Now that one should be easy enough because there's only certain red sections, so that is around here. There are couple of speckles of it. Did I see around here? Yeah, there's a few. And then over here where there are more red sections, it is in this section in the sky, and it is over here on these slopes. The green AB, I'm looking for a capital E. Now where is that one? Okay, I see some of that around here. There's so many sort of different shades and tones of green in this painting. I'm just looking for the bits that have the right kind. I believe I saw, yeah, I saw a couple down here, and I can't see any others. See, I'm terrible because I've only just gone through all the drills and I already can't remember which ones came in the biggest bags, which would help me know how many I was looking for. But I really do just see a handful of those ones scattered around. There's like a couple more over there. So it's not a big one in the kit, that colour. Then we have symbol G for that orangey yellow colour. That one, I'm guessing, yeah, there is some of it over here in this sort of cloud formation. And then a few speckled down here, but I'm guessing more of the same. Yeah, there are some up here and a few over here, just a few on that ridge there. Now, that khaki green fairy dust, that is an X symbol. And I do see a fair bit of that down here in this greenery at the bottom. And then, where else is it hiding? There is a little bit up here. This is so tricky in this space. I don't think I see any more of that one. Oh, there's a little bit here. But yeah, like I said at the start, really, there's not a huge amount of any of these special drills relative to the size of the kit. Then we have the orange fairy dust. That is 2 dots next to each other, and I see those straight away through this bit, a little bit down here as well. We've got more of it over here, just in a line. And do we have any over on the other side? Yes, we do. There are more sections of that over here. Then the red fairy dust, 2 sort of squiggly lines. I'm guessing, yeah, that's going to be in similar places to where the red AB was, I believe. So it was all in that kind of formation over there. There is some of it up here in this cloud pattern. And there is a fair bit over here on this slope as well. And then lastly, we just had a really tiny amount of that sort of teal fairy dust at the end. So let's see if I can spot that anywhere, because there's not that much of it. Ah, here's some in the middle of this one. The one that I said kind of looks like it's fabric stretched over a mountain. I don't see any more of that one. There may be bits scattered around, but like I said, it was a small bag, so maybe not. So that's my best attempt at showing you where all the special drills are. What do you think? I know there are quite a few fans of Colour Out of Place who really love these big landscape pieces. Is this one going to be joining your collection tomorrow? It's really, really pretty. I do like, if the painting's going to be super long, it's nice if it's a bit narrower as well, because for us easel users like me, it just makes it a little bit easier if it's not wider than the easel as well as long. It makes it more manageable. But yeah, the render looks fabulous. I'm filming this before it's been previewed, so I'm looking forward to actually seeing the, you know, the render of the mock-up, the computer mock-up render that actually goes on the listing. That will be on the preview. But from what I can tell, this looks really beautifully rendered. It's lovely and clean. There are patches of colour blocking. You've got some really nice distinct colours in here, and it's going to be really, really beautiful. So that is it from me. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this with me. This is, as I said, going to be releasing tomorrow, Saturday the 7th of February, which is also my nephew's birthday. So check out this at 9 AM Pacific time, 12 PM Eastern time, or 5 PM UK time if you qualify for early access, or just half an hour later for general release. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've enjoyed this, please consider dropping a like on it. And if you're not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you stick around, so please consider doing that too. And I will hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.